Yeah, we just gonna spit on this one. Yo, hey.
All right, what is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Jarice back at it with another episode of
Real talk.
And today we have everyone's favorite Congresswoman, Nanci Pelosi. And what has she done, might you ask? Well, today she is talking about lawmakers' ability to purchase and buy stocks, despite the fact that they are able to directly influence said market. But for better context, I'm going to let you hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Madam Speaker, Insider just completed a 5-month investigation finding that 49 members of Congress and 182 senior congressional staffers have violated the Stock Act.
So, let me replay that in case you missed it. 49 members of Congress
182
and 182 senior staff or senior congressional staffers.
senior congressional staffers have violated the Stock Act.
The insider trade law, quote unquote, the thing that Martha Stewart went to jail for back in the day, right?
The insider trading law. I'm wondering if you have any reaction to that. And secondly, should members of Congress and their spouses be banned from trading individual stocks while serving in Congress?
No, I don't know to the second one.
Notice she didn't even have to think about it. How quick she answered. And look at this face. Should we be banned from buying stocks? No. Well, of course not, because that's going to directly hurt your pockets and the money that you're able to make. So, of course, you're going to say no to you buying stocks with your overpaid salary that is taken from said American people, which makes no fucking sense to me, right? So, here's the thing. I find it weird that a lot of people don't even question the fact that, one, why are their salaries so high? What they do most of the time is literally just sit in an office and pretend to make laws for you who were voted for on, that you voted for these people to act on your behalf, right? But their salary is sometimes double, hell, even triple some of what the general populace makes. But we won't talk about that. So they sit in an office, they pretend to make laws. Their salary is funded with your taxpayer dollars. Okay, cool. I guess that makes sense. And they are able to use the money that they take from you, which is, again, sometimes double, triple the average salary of the people who vote for them, and they're able to go and invest said money to make more money. So now these people who are already base salary, low six figures, now they're high six figures, millionaires, net worth is in the millions, and nobody questions this, what is a public servant, why do they need this extravagant amount of money? Nobody questions this. And because I'm calling it out, somebody will probably be like, oh my God, you sound like a Republican, which I don't ever remember claiming to be a Republican. I mean, a lot of my values kind of lean conservative, but I do not call myself a Republican and or a conservative. But I guess it's because I'm black and I'm supposed to be a Democrat. Not my words, Joe Biden's. I guess if I espouse anything to the view of anti-Democrat, I guess that means I'm a Republican, because you have to be either or, right? That's the fun in this political gang war.
We have a responsibility to report in the stock on the stock, but I'm not familiar with that 5-month review. But if people aren't reporting, they should be.
Sorry, had to scratch my ear.
Yeah, because this is a free market, and we are a free market economy. They should be able to participate in that.
Notice she didn't even answer the question. I'm gonna play it one more time.
Insider just completed a 5-month investigation, finding that 49 members of Congress and 182 senior congressional staffers have violated the Stock Act, the insider trading law.
Insider trading, which means you had information privy to how the market was going to flux, and you used that to your advantage to make gains that wouldn't have been made if you weren't a person without said inside information. Example, in 2031, we're going to ban all gasoline vehicles. I just happen to go and invest a fuck ton of money in Tesla. Magically, for no rhyme or reason. I do this before said bill comes out. That's insider trading.
I'm wondering if you have any reaction to that, and secondly, should members of Congress and their spouses be banned from trading individual stocks while serving in Congress?
No, I don't know to the second one. We have a responsibility to report in the stock, on the stock, but I'm not familiar with that 5-month review, but if people aren't reporting, they should be.
The question literally had nothing to do with reporting. It's some of you fuckers have inside information on what the fuck is gonna happen to the market. So, should you and your spouse be banned for participating in said market that you have a hand in manipulating directly? I don't think people understand, with the stroke of a pen, these people can fluctuate the market. Hashtag vaccine mandates. Hey, everybody has to get a mandate if you want to be employed. Okay, cool. I'm just going to invest in Pfizer or Moderna magically. Weird. These companies weren't worth investing in up until now. Coincidence? Probably not.
Yeah. Because this is a free market and people, we're a free market economy. They should be able to participate in that.
Yeah, but it's not a free market when there are a handful of people that can directly manipulate the market as they please. But these people that manipulate the market as they please should also be banned. So, Nancy, you're full of shit. So the article reads, House Speaker Nanci Pelosi defended rules that allow members of Congress to own individual stocks, battling down concerns about lawmakers using insider information to juice their portfolios. The thing is that this has been going on for decades, so I don't know why this is a big deal now. I mean, most people allowed it, so why be upset about it now? The liberal congresswoman from San Francisco said lawmakers should be able to own stocks because the U.S. is a free market economy. No, it's not. Her comments Wednesday came amid rampant apparent violations of the Stock Act, which is supposed to rein in lawmaker trades. Well, they shouldn't be reined in, they should be eliminated. When asked whether the opportunity to profit on trades could also create a conflict of interest, the speaker flatly said no to the idea of supporting a ban on trading individual stocks. We are a free market economy, Pelosi told reporters. They, members of Congress, should be able to participate in that. The speaker conceded that lawmakers need to follow the rules on public disclosure of trades. If people aren't reporting stock trades, they should be, she said. Well, I don't know what good reporting does, considering a lot of people may not have the income to invest in the stock market because they're not making six figures and have disposable income like that. Sorry to break it to you, Nancy, but a lot of us aren't making 14,000 base salary. And then not to mention all the donations and things that you may receive from anonymous sources and, gifts and presents or whatever. And then I'm sure there's nobody going, oh, yeah, Governor Pelosi, I see you're interested in this $600,000 house. Of course I'll give you the governor's discount on it just for you. If you can do a special favor for me or something like that. I'm sure that doesn't go on. Yeah. Says still, Pelosi's reaction was seen as flippant by some, given a rash of apparent stock trade violations. Pelosi's most recent financial disclosure shows her husband has millions of dollars worth of holdings. That includes stock in Amazon and Apple. Yeah. Amazon, which saw a major boom when COVID was at its fullest and lockdowns were running rampant, and Apple, that are each worth between 5 million and 25 million. Other assets she reported include stock options held in Google's parent company worth between 1 million and 5 million, Comcast stock worth between 1 million and 5 million, and stock in Visa between 5 million and 25 million. Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, is a businessman who runs a venture capital and investment firm, financial leasing services, and investment firm, financial leasing service. So this is like a double. Just I don't even know how to describe it. So you got his wife, the governor, who can directly influence the market, and then you have him who's runs a venture capital and investment firm, financial leasing services. What? And nobody raised an eyebrow like, yeah, you know what, that probably shouldn't be allowed. Yeah. No. Nobody thought that. Got it. Says over the years he's made countless bets on high profile companies his wife is supposed to regulate. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my god. Like Amazon, Apple, and Google, which they all say they got investments in. But she's supposed to regulate them. Nobody thinks this is weird. Got it. Pelosi has long said she has no involvement in or prior knowledge of her husband's trading decisions and doesn't own any stock herself. I mean, yeah, okay. I guess that's a clever way to get around it, right? Because I don't know. It sounds to me like that's lawyer speak. I mean, a lot of Congress people are generally lawyers before they get into Congress. But, it'd be too easy to go, yeah, I don't know what I don't know what stocks he trades. It's like, yeah, I guess that would be the convenient excuse. I mean, realistically, she wouldn't need to know. I mean, as long as she's influencing the market, and I'm sure her husband is a well-informed man, he can see what bills and what's kind of getting passed around Congress and whatnot, and then he can make investments based off that information that he gets from his wife, makes the investments, and then guess what? They're rich, and she keeps her hands completely clean, if that's the case. Says Pelosi's position contradicts sharply with the position of most liberals, including Representative AOC of New York and Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts. Yeah, I'm sure Elizabeth Warren doesn't own stocks. I'm sure AOC probably owns stocks now that she's not a bartender. Says, in the past month, both lawmakers have slammed the idea of members of Congress trading stocks as brazen and ludicrous. The issue of congressional stock trading has taken on new urgency since the beginning of the pandemic, when suspiciously timed stock trades by lawmakers in both parties provoked outrage and led to multiple investigations. To date, no one has been charged in connection with stock trading investigations undertaken by the Justice Department and Security Exchange Commission. But the often lucrative trades nonetheless shine a spotlight on the inadequacies of a 2012 law called the Stock Act, which bars members from using inside information to make investment decisions and require that all stock trades be reported to Congress within 45 days. The 2012 law was passed with bipartisan support in the wake of a stock trading scandal, yet in nearly 10 years since it was enacted, no one has been prosecuted under it, even as many members continue to conspicuously trade. In some recent cases, lawmakers have failed to report their trades altogether as required by law. So, in closing, what do we have here, peoples? So, we're going to make a law that says we have to report our stock trades, right? Just to appease the American people because this stock trading scandal that happened. And since both sides, Republicans and Democrats, were both in the shits, the bill had to receive bipartisan support. So, because they were all doing the shit together. So, fast forward now to the year 2021, 2020 if you want to be technical, when the whole COVID thing started popping off, or would it be late 2019? Late 2019, 2020, 2021, you know, this past couple of years. Now, we have a bunch of politicians who may or may not have invested in Amazon, Google, Apple, you know, things of that nature. You know, when people were getting locked down, they were probably investing in Walmart and Targets, you know, all the big stores that stayed open during the pandemic, while little local stores probably got closed down because they couldn't financially afford to be closed down for 2 weeks to slow the spread / whatever mandates you had in your local region. And now we have a bunch of people looking at the portfolios of people like Nanci Pelosi, who's probably worth like 35 mil or something stupid like that. And they're going, huh, you know what? You're making too much money. How are you doing this? It's like, well, I control the market, and my husband is an investor, so he takes the bills and the laws that I sign, kind of sees the future impact of it, and makes his investments based off those. And nobody was smart enough to call this out in the past, but I gotta give her credit. I gotta give her credit for getting away with this shit for so long and continuing to get away with it, because it's not gonna stop, because the American people are idiots. And by the American people, I mean the general public, who just kind of sits by and lets the people do as they please because they have their preferred letter, whether it be a D or an R in front of their name. So, it is what it is. That's all that's going to be done about that. But with that, let me know if I made a little bit of sense. If I made a lot of sense, maybe I made you laugh a little bit. It's been your boy Jarice, back at it with another episode of Real Talk. Oh, and I got a video that I did with my boys. It's about dating and stuff. I'm editing it down to make it a little bit shorter, kind of do like the best moments of that video. So that'll probably be done in like the next couple of days. But until then, it's been your boy Jarice, back at it with another episode of Real Talk, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man. I'm out.
Whoa, dude. This fucking nerdy man needs to stop with all these hard bangers, bro. People that change the world are frightening.